Back to your roots. We're here in Sweden.
Yeah,
What do you think?
I'm liking it so far.
What do you like about it?
Just, I don't know, invigorates me on the inside.
Weather's beautiful, 50s and sunny. We spent about a week and a half in the coastal city of Helsingborg on the west coast of southern Sweden. With a population of around 150,000 people, Helsingborg felt large enough to have plenty to explore while still keeping the relaxed atmosphere of a seaside town. Everywhere we walked, there are beautiful historic buildings, parks, and colorful streets filled with spring flowers. And best of all for me, tulips were blooming everywhere. But one of the most memorable things we experienced in Sweden was something I never imagined I would do. Go into the Swedish spa. Sauna and cold plunge. And repeat. A nude sauna. And honestly, once you reach our age, you start realizing life is short, and sometimes you just think, why not? The Swedish sauna tradition goes back centuries and is deeply connected to health, relaxation, and spending time outdoors year-round, even during freezing winters. The process usually involves cycles of sitting in a hot, dry, or steam sauna, followed by plunging into icy cold water and then resting before repeating the cycle again. The sudden cold plunge releases endorphins and increases circulation, leaving you feeling strangely energized and relaxed at the same time. And unlike many places, the Swedish attitude toward body image is refreshingly casual and non-judgmental. The saunas were separated into men's and women's sides, and everyone simply treated it as a normal wellness activity. We bought day passes to 2 different seaside saunas in Helsingborg and spent several glorious hours rotating between the heat, the icy seawater, and relaxing in the sunshine along the coast. Looking out across the Øresund Strait, we could see Kronborg Castle on the coast of Denmark, the famous castle associated with Shakespeare's Hamlet, though we'll save that story for a future vlog. The second sauna even had its own cafe where people relaxed after their sauna sessions with coffee and snacks while overlooking the water. One of the things we loved most about Helsingborg was how walkable it was. From the sauna, we followed the coastline back toward the city center, passing waterfront parks, apartment buildings, and long seaside promenades filled with people enjoying the spring weather. We also passed the beautiful red brick St. Mary's Church, with its tall clock tower and distinctive rose circular window above the entrance, a reminder of Helsingborg's medieval roots. Nearby was one of the most creative playgrounds we've ever seen, designed as a miniature version of the city itself. As we explored further, we noticed many buildings covered in colorful murals and modern street art, giving parts of Helsingborg a surprisingly artistic feel. One modern waterfront building with bold black and white geometric design especially caught our attention. Along the harbor, we noticed 5 Scandinavian flags flying together, representing Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Finland, and Iceland, alongside rows of international flags stretching out along the waterfront. Out on the water, giant electric ferries constantly travel back and forth between Sweden and Denmark. The crossing only takes about 20 minutes, making Helsingborg an important connection between the two countries. We also stopped at Dunker's Culture House, one of Helsingborg's main cultural centers. Located right beside the harbor, outside stands an equestrian statue honoring one of Sweden's former kings. Inside, the modern art exhibits were interesting. One video installation appeared to feature a woman endlessly cleaning a bathroom, while another artist displayed sculptures of women vacuuming. Modern art definitely leaves room for interpretation sometimes. Upstairs, however, the permanent exhibit focused on the history of Helsingborg and the Øresund Strait from Viking times through the modern era. Another day we climbed up to Kärnan Fortress, the medieval tower that overlooks the city. Originally built in the 1300s, Kärnan is one of the last remaining parts of a much larger castle complex that once guarded the strategic coastline between Sweden and Denmark. Behind the fortress we found a quiet cemetery filled with old gravestones and large trees overlooking the city below. And finally, I enjoyed the Swedish sauna experience so much that I had to go back one last time before we left the country. Next time we explore Sweden's royal gardens at Sofiero Castle. See you in the next adventure!